Good morning, Twyla.
You got my name right, Al.
I
Yay!
did.
Happening. It must be a good day. You must have got some rest and
It
just.
is a good day.
It is a great day.
Weather's warming up.
Yes.
And so, what did you do
Outside
positive?
is calling us. Yes.
Yes.
I had so many positives lately.
Good for you.
All right. And how much time do we have left? Okay. I'm on a positive roll, okay? I'm like really positive. The first positive I want to talk about is the summit. You guys remember the summit? In my newsletter, I mentioned the Food Revolution Summit.
Yes.
So what I kind of wanted to do, if it was okay with you, Al, was
Certainly.
just to, the whole summit was free if you signed up for it.
Yes.
But now, if you couldn't watch all those, which I don't know anybody who watched all of them, maybe you did. If you watched all of them, write into me or into us and just say, yeah, I watched them all, great. But now they're selling them. So
Yes.
now,
Well, that's how they got to make money.
I was going to say, yeah, so that's how they do it. I watched a few of them, and I can tell you about my favorites later. But let me just give you a couple of, Ocean and his dad sent out the top insights. So I just want to go over those if I can, just a few. That's kind of like my positive. Ocean says, my dad and I are so glad that you were part of the summit, blah, blah, blah. So here's what I like what he says. I've been digesting it all, pun intended. That was cute. Some of the things that stand out to me are, this isn't me, this is Ocean, and I thought these were good points. Dr. Zach Bush told us that probiotic supplements can actually crowd out the microbial diversity upon which a healthy microbiome depends.
Yes.
I love that. And he says...
That's a good one.
Isn't that a good one? His prescription for a healthy gut, which is perfect for today, play in the dirt, spend time outdoors, and eat fermented foods.
Yes, fermented foods. Yeah, okay.
That's one of my favorite fermented foods is kimchi. Do you know the Korean dish kimchi?
Yes, in fact, our friend Chuck has the latest recipe is vegan chimpi.
Chimp? Yeah, I thought it's vegan. How can you be vegan if you're eating a chimp? Okay. Okay, we better link that then, since you mentioned. We're joking. It says we don't eat chimps. Okay.
Kimchi. I don't think I've ever really eaten it.
Okay, I'll either bring it for you next time if I can remember, or I'll make it. Yeah, I thought it was really good. I remember that.
Do you have to ferment it?
Well, I think that's the whole thing about eating fermented foods. I think that's where the kimchi comes in. Koreans. I think they eat it every day sometimes.
Yeah, it's a staple.
Yeah, it is a staple, right? Not that you buy it at Staples. You don't have to go into Staples and buy it. That would be cool if we had a food store just called Staples. We'd sell Chili Smith beans and rice and...
Okay.
I know, but I think we might get sued. Because we stole the title, Staples.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Okay, then there was a breast surgeon, Dr. Christy Funk, explained how we can reduce breast cancer by 80% or more. Doctors, our favorite, Dean and Aisha Sherzai, told us how we
Wait, you go back to how to reduce the breast cancer.
Let's see. I don't think it's by eating chimps.
Oh, I see. But you left that out.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
right. It's obviously by doing the whole food plant-based diet, right? Or way of living. I don't want to say diet. I want to say way of living. Lifestyle. Thank you. And so the Sherzais talked about how to prevent 90% of Alzheimer cases. Dr. Clapper explained how chronic conditions, obesity, cardiovascular disease, autoimmune, can exponentially increase the risk of COVID-19, and how you can prevent or reverse most chronic diseases with the right food choices.
Yeah.
That was Dr. Clapper. So those were some of the highlights that he mentioned. One of my big highlights was Anthony William, medical medium. I love his talk. His new book, I pre-ordered it on Amazon way back in February. But I guess they don't consider that an essential item because Amazon decided to deliver toilet paper and food over the book I ordered. But it's supposed to be here today.
Here's I think what's happened. I don't know this. I'm speculating.
Oh, okay.
But I think what's happened is because everybody has to stay home, Amazon has seen I know this is the fact, they've seen a tremendous expansion of their sales So their delivery they can't keep up with the 2 days anymore.
Yeah, which should I still pay for Prime? This is something else.
Well, but you get other things with Prime.
Right. I just thought they were on their website though. It says we are delivering the essential items first. Obviously, my book isn't that essential, but everybody else was getting it at Walmart and Barnes and Noble.
I order a lot of books from them, and they never come as quick. Books somehow I think are exempt from Prime. They don't come as quick as I ordered some supplements.
Well, that's probably considered more important too. I usually get my books like this.
No, but it's a different section.
Yeah, right. That's true. That is a different section. Anyway, so he is always one of my favorite. I love his talks. I love his YouTubes. I love his books.
It's my dog barking.
I think it is.
Yeah, what's she barking at?
Oh, I am talking too much. Okay, so that was my highlight, was Anthony William. And then I also love this other doctor.
He was on the whole program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the speakers at the Food Revolution Summit. And the other one I really enjoyed, but I'm going to talk about her a little bit later. So you go ahead.
Oh, all right. Well,
that was my healthy.
I know.
Okay.
My God, I was just so happy the weather is warm.
Okay, that's good. I like that too.
Just so pleased about that. I got out and played in the rocks and the whole thing. But what I wanted to mention to you was while I was in the desert, I had, at the campsite, I had internet, and one of Dr. Greger's, he said, I signed up for him for nutritionfacts.org, and excuse me.
I was like laughing, like, is the dog barking like she wants to be part of it?
The dog was out of water, and she had to bark until I went to feed her, so. All right, moving right along. I was talking about Dr. Greger on nutrition.org, sends me out. I subscribe to his
newsletters and sends little videos.
Yeah, and this one was on slow breathing, and it's really cute. If you look at his video, he talks about if you breathe slow, you go count to 5 as you breathe in, and then count to 5 as you breathe out. And he said it will lower your blood pressure and everything. He says, go ahead, try it. I'll wait.
How cute. I can just see him saying that. That's adorable.
It was really cute. So anyway, I did that. And
Why did you even do it though? Was something happening?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
This was terrible. So being 84 years old and having heart problems, I sort of, when I go camping even, I have a little battery-powered blood pressure.
Out in the desert by himself, a million miles away from anything, but go ahead.
A million, but
all right, okay.
So I wake up and in the night I have to urinate, and I'm nervous and I don't feel good. So I put it on and press the button, and my blood pressure is 220 over 110. I'm going, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. I had just seen the video earlier in the evening, so I thought, I'm going to try that. And it's hard to do. You have a tendency, or I have a tendency, to want to breathe quickly. And so I slowed myself down. I tried, and I did it, and I did it, and I did it. And I hit the button again, 138 over
What would you say is the time frame?
How many minutes I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I only 5 minutes maybe.
I think that's really important.
If that much.
Right.
You know,
and
because it took me a while to get it to slow my breath down.
Sure.
I mean, probably as long as I've just talking about it.
And I think we were talking about the Sherzais, and also Dean Ornish talks about the breathing and slow breathing and incorporates meditation and yoga. And those of you who've taken my yoga class know that sometimes at the end of yoga, we would do the Kundalini 1-minute balancing breath. And the reason Kundalini called it...
Kundalini, that's such a nice sound.
Isn't that pretty? Kundalini.
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole form of yoga, which we could talk about later, or have a yoga class later. But the Kundalini 1-minute balancing breath is that you balance the inhalation, the retention, and the exhalation. So they call it the 1 minute balancing breath because eventually you'll inhale for 20 seconds, hold the breath for 20 seconds, and then exhale for 20 seconds. So that might not be what you're doing at first.
No,
so,
interesting,
yes,
because
okay.
Dr. Greger talks about the body has an inherent rhythm, and if you match your breath to that rhythm, it's a big benefit. And his goal, I think it was a minute a breath. So yeah,
so that could fall. And so if you want to try that sometime, and this is what I used to tell my yoga students, everybody's going to be a little bit different. So you might have a 15-second breath, inhaling to 5, holding for 5, exhaling for 5. 15 seconds. 3 times 5 is 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And some of you might have a 24-second breath. You'll inhale to 8, hold the breath for 8, and exhale for 8.
So say the goal again.
Well, I don't want to say it's a goal, but Kundalini
yeah.
Yeah, is to balance it out. Balance it out.
What was the first numbers?
The 1 minute breath. Inhale for 20 seconds. Retain the breath or hold the breath for 20 seconds. And then exhale for the same 20 seconds.
20 seconds, that would be very hard. I got it up to 7.
Okay, yeah, but I think what he says too, I'm not sure about Greger, but what Ornish and also the Kundalini people would say is that you practice this.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just becomes, you do it a little bit more.
And I found it, I'm sure you, okay, so then after I did that, it felt so good, I decided every morning, now this has only been a couple days.
Sure.
Every morning, I decided I'm going to try to do it for 10 minutes every morning.
That's nice. That's good.
And so I do that, and it takes me a minute or 2 or 3 to
even get it regulated and balanced.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's the way, and so I had to do it in steps. I have to go. Because my body just wants to whoop.
Boom!
It just wants to get it over with. It's like sex. Just want to get it over with. Sorry, I brought that.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say that because my daughters are probably watching. So,
yeah.
And who knows, maybe my grandson.
Anyway, but it's sort of, to me, it felt a little bit like meditating.
And I think that's exactly what it is. Right, because then your mind isn't going all monkey mind. You talk about chimp. Monkey mind, it's like jumping around to this, jumping around to that. You are focused and you are calm. And I think that's a good breath to take outside when other things might...
It seems to help me for the rest of the day. Or I don't know, the whole day. I don't know, I'm just
I think that's great.
Steps.
And I try to do that during my hyperbaric chamber, my oxygen time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because you're breathing in just pure oxygen, just this pure healthy stuff. So I really want to absorb it. And then I kind of visualize it. It's going to my fingers and my toes and just, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's a good form of meditation while I'm
Wow.
doing it too.
We got off on an interesting tangent.
I know, like, where are we? Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's no issues. The dog is interrupted.
The dog, this is a fun one. This is like, okay, what's happening? Okay, so let me tell you my other positive.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Was I done? Yes, I was done. No, you're right. I was
all right,
done.
I was just making sure we had no, I was going to say dead time, but that sounds sad. Okay, so, my boyfriend just popped up on the screen.
He did.
My old boyfriend, Neil Bernard. For those of you who don't know, if you're in the Sacramento area, the Neil Bernard book signing has been canceled.
Yeah.
It's June 4th, so that's been canceled. But if you're not doing anything on October 17th and 18th and want to meet me in Omaha, Dr. Bernard will be there. Remember last year I went to Omaha. My daughter lives there now with her husband. And so my son-in-law is in med school. So we went and saw... Who did we see? Dr. Esselstyn, Caldwell, T. Colin Campbell, and all these other ones. So Dr. Greger, he had to cancel June 4th in Omaha, so they schlepped that over. Now he's going to be there October 17th and 18th. So you'll see Dr. Greger, you'll see Dr. Bernard, you'll see Dr. Clapper, you'll see...
all my favorites. I love them all.
And here's who I really enjoyed at the summit also, the Food Revolution Summit, was Dr. Brooke Goldner. There's her picture right there. Goldner. And she was diagnosed with lupus at the age of 16.
Oh my.
Yes, so her story is fantastic. And so I'm excited about, she has a website, goodbyelupus.com. And she's just amazing. And T. Colin Campbell's going to be there. This one I'm really excited about, Jane Esselstyn.
Oh, she's fun.
She is going to be so fun.
She is such fun.
Yes, I just...
now, what is it? How does it work? I mean, they just come... I mean, it's not more than just one day, isn't it?
Yeah, well, last year it was just one day on a Saturday.
How
This
did they
year,
get all those people in?
I have a feeling, I mean, I don't know for sure, even though I know one of the organizers of it, that they are trying to take their message, they meaning the whole food plant-based community,
Yes.
to places that really need it. Just like in Plant Pure Nation. They
went to the lower parts of Kentucky and West Virginia.
Different place. So when you think of Omaha, for a lot of us, what's the first thing you think
Steak.
of? Omaha steaks. Exactly. So they are trying to bring this whole food plant-based movement to, I want to say, middle America, who's maybe middles or a little bit bigger than California Americans. I mean, not that we're all Americans, yes, and show them just how healthy.
40% of Americans are obese.
I know.
Every time we see something or read something, 40%, that's a huge number.
And getting huger. I don't think that's good. Look who else is going to be there. Remember her from Forks Over Knives?
No.
Yes, the runner who talked to Dr. Esselstyn. She's going to be there.
Oh, okay.
And she's our age. She's older than, so... And Eric O'Gray, who I've never heard of, he was 340 pounds, depressed, sick.
So they're getting people like me in there that have made recoveries only because of whole food plant-based.
And she and I met each other, Melissa Sherlock. She's doing a lot of the food demos and things like that. So last year when I went, it was $49. If you got this lineup at California, it would be at least $400, maybe $500.
I don't know, it'd be a lot.
Because they serve you lunch, and the lunch is lunch
for $49, you can't even buy lunch. Well, so are they going to have it because of the virus, though?
Yes, well, it's still a go, October 17th and 18th.
Well, October.
Yeah, so I'm ready, and so I'm really excited about that. So do you
have a mask?
Like a Halloween mask?
I'm going to bite my tongue.
Did you see my mask? Let me show you my mask. Okay, talk for just a second.
No, we're not stopping it. We're just going to let it
No,
run.
I said you talk for a couple of seconds.
Oh, I talk for a second.
You talk for a couple of seconds.
No, you showed me that.
I didn't show them.
Oh, okay. All right.
So... when I had my mom, she died a few years ago, and I was cleaning out all of her stuff, and I was raised Catholic. I'm not Catholic now, but I was raised Catholic, and we always had to wear stuff over our head every Sunday because
that's
we're not worthy. We're not worthy. Yeah, we're on it, right? Yes. So I found what I used to wear, starting from when I used to go to catechism and
church.
To Mass. We called it Mass, yeah. And I had to wear this over my head. So when they said you're going to have to wear a mask, I pulled this out, and it looks a little different than you might think. Yeah, but here it is.
No, I remember those.
Yeah, okay, but some people thought it was for another part of my body.
No.
So here's my mask.
Well,
how do I look?
It's a mask.
It's a mask, yeah.
You can't go in, I think now you can't go into Costco without a mask.
Not yet, yeah, pretty soon. So, I mean, yes, no, it started yesterday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
I was rooting through, again, the weather turned nice, I'm getting out and doing things, and I was rooting through my painting supplies. I used to paint everything. And I found a whole bunch of, what's the 95 masks.
Oh, N95?
N95 masks. So do you need one?
I'd love one just to go to Costco. I was going to boycott Costco because of that very reason, but I thought, I need my celery for my celery juice. I really like Anthony Williams, so maybe I Maybe I will borrow one. Or do you have to, is it mine? I mean, you can't
I'll
reuse
just
them.
give you a couple.
I don't know. That's just something about that just seems too weird to me.
Well, they're not that comfortable.
No,
Yeah. Maybe we should do a podcast.
No, don't get me started. No, because
It isn't take much to get you started.
No, I know, and that's why I stay up all night, right? Yeah, I have different thoughts about that I'm not going to share because by the time it'll all be over, we'll all be back to normal.
No, I don't know. I don't think you think we'll ever shake hands again, and I think hugging will go away for a while at least.
So does this mean that we've stopped the population too? Because we're not going to be. Well, okay, where did this podcast go? This is rated R. Okay, you guys, this one's rated R. Oh, I just want my what's your takeaway?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we didn't even finish Let Food Be Thy Medicine.
We didn't even start it.
We didn't even start it. Okay,
Well,
please watch Let Food Be Thy Medicine.
Well, wait, we don't have to go. We're not.
We're not done? Okay,
We're not
because you
done.
always tell me it takes too long for me to wrap up,
Well,
so I'm
it
trying
does.
to. Okay,
But,
yes.
why don't you talk about medical? Remember you started to talk.
Oh, the medical medium?
Yeah, why don't you talk a little bit about that?
It would take me one of the whole podcasts that I really want to talk about. But
Okay,
I
well,
do.
No, never mind.
No, he is excellent. He's got a great website. I think he's got 6 books out now. Liver cleanse, thyroid healing. His books are beautiful. I think I'll bring them and we can display them next time. And I trust him. I really trust him. I think one of the things he said on Food Revolution Summit, which was a big takeaway for me, and it is kind of prevalent in all of his books, he said, because he's like, I mean, talk about science, he says, if science and medicine had all the answers, why haven't they been able to find a cure for autoimmune disease?
Yeah.
And you can think of a lot of them. You can think of a lot of, I get the goosebumps.
Oh, yeah, most of them we have, yeah.
And even Dr. Clapper mentioned that as far as the autoimmune disease is there, then COVID comes in. Yeah. And even though they might die of the autoimmune disease, they blame it on COVID. But I'm not going to get political. I'm save that for Pam Popper. She does a much better job than I do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so...
well, I don't think that... there's no law that says that we have to talk about Let Food
Be Thy Medicine, which good. We want you to watch it though. How's that?
No, let's do that on our next podcast. And this one is just going to be a podcast where Al and Twyla just rambled on about several interesting things.
Is there a song?
Although I did
Lord, I can be a rambling man and girl, woman, old lady. Okay.
I did want to mention that a tip, because we didn't do that last time.
Oh, my tip was my takeaway tip.
My Dottie made this fantastic recipe, and it is Southwest mac and cheese.
Perfect for today.
And I hate mac and cheese, but this I love. It's delicious. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put that recipe as soon as we can find it. So I'm going to put that on the website for this episode. So do you want to sign up? Keep those cards.
I would like to just give a shout out to Chili Smith. Because in the movie Let Food Be Thy Medicine, they were very much against GMOs. Yes. And heirloom was, heirloom foods was huge.
Now tell us what heirloom is.
Heirloom, can I say like my sort of opinion? Monsanto didn't get a hold of it yet.
It's the original seeds that came back from the food from years and years and years ago, before they made it pest resistant and drought resistant, and it was actually, it's more flavorful.
Oh, and that's why people say, oh well, Chili Smith beans are a little bit more expensive. They're worth it.
Yes.
And plus,
they also taste better.
Yeah, these seeds are alive. You can plant them and grow them.
Yeah.
You can plant. beans. The beans are alive. So, Chili Smith, Steve, just got in 28,000 pounds of beans.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of beans. Okay. So he has, and have to post the recipe I made up too. So he has plenty of beans for you now. There was a little time a few weeks ago where there's a little bit of a shortage because everyone was ordering their beans online. But you can still order online. You can call in your order, pick them up. There's still My Foods there, you know,
Yeah.
Twyla's approved foods. So I just want to give a shout out to him.
Might as well plug, he sells California balsamic there.
California Balsamic's there, Sourdough Solutions is there,
And
Chico Rice,
Chico
our
Rice.
favorite,
That's
Chico Rice.
really good.
Oh, beans and rice, our favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay,
All right.
thank you.
Say good night, Gracie.
Good night, George.
All right.
Love you guys. Please write us and say, what was your topic again this time? Thank you.